Hello, I'm Laura McPhee, Insight Editor at Pensions Insight and Engaged Investor magazines, and I'm here with Dr. David Knox, Senior Partner at Mercer. Very good to have you here.
Delight to be here.
Well, we've been talking a bit about the transition from DB to DC, and obviously, as you were saying, in DB you just kind of get a pension, but with DC it's not so simple.
Sure.
So what do you think the issues are there, and how can we solve them?
Sure, I think you're absolutely right. In DB, people are used to just receiving a pension. You've got the employer sponsor standing behind it. In DC, people see the accumulation of the money as their money. It's their pot of gold for retirement, if you like.
Right.
If they then pass it over into an annuity, they've lost control of it. Currently, annuity prices aren't very attractive because of the low interest rates. And yet in the pre-retirement period, they've been able to have investment choice, they've been able to see their money gradually increase. So I think we've got to rethink what we do in the post-retirement space. And I think it's a combination of drawdown pensions. I think there's also the need for some access to capital in retirement because of those one-off costs. And I also think there's a need for some protection, preferably at the back end, for longevity.
Right, yes. And we were also talking about countries which are doing pensions well.
Sure.
And you were telling me that Denmark, the Netherlands and Australia are doing the best. And why is that? What are they getting right?
Well, the top three countries in our Melbourne Mercer Global Pension Index are those three countries. And I think there are some common characteristics about all three of them. Firstly, there's very good coverage. Almost all employees are in a system. Now, in some countries, the self-employed are still outside the system, but they should be brought in my view. Secondly, the contribution rates going into the system are much higher than many people would think. In the order of 10-12% are going into the system and are being preserved for retirement. That leads naturally to the fact that you've then got funded assets, maybe 100%, maybe 150% of GDP already there to pay for pensions as we face the pressures of an ageing population. And the third component is that you therefore need good regulation.
Yes.
If you have good regulation, that should encourage confidence in the system. If you've got confidence in the system, you will also probably encourage voluntary contributions, which of course then build up the pensions even higher.